today we are going to take a look at the RAHMİ KOÇ Museum. I'm going to try to do this video in a vlog format. So let's start. This museum is very big and there are a lot of categories. So let's start from here. Let's look at this one. It's 4.5 horsepower and it can do 90 kilometers per hour. So let's continue. Here is a Royal Enfield bike. An aerial bike. I think it's from 1940s. And here is a model with 2 Harley Davidson bikes and a cat one, I think. Yeah. And here is a jacket. I think they put in every biker logo they could find on it. So let's continue. We got a race bike, I think. It's made by Suzuki. And let's look at specifications. It can do 130 miles per hour and it's 1979. And it is 63 horsepower. And here are some bicycles. And some more bikes. A Royal Star one, a Yamaha one, a Westlake one, a Vespa one. More bikes. A Yamaha one from Japan. And some more Royal bikes. And a BMW one. So this looks good. And some more Harley Davidson bikes. Now let's start with the cars section. Here's a Lincoln. It's a V12 and 5 liters. And it can do 160 kilometers per hour. Cars were really big back then. And here is a Jaguar one. Here's a Jaguar one. It's a V6. Oh, look at that logo. It looks very good. And here's a Cadillac. It's a V8. And it has 135 horsepower. A Rolls Royce. And a Chevy. It's V6 and 80 horsepower. Its original plate is still on there. This was a California car. So let's look at some more cars. Here is a huge fire truck. It got a very, very long ladder. So let's continue. And there is another fire truck here. It got a little smaller ladder. I think it can carry water. It is 28 horsepower. So let's continue. There are more cars here. I think 1917. It's MV4. It's a carrier's van. It's big, like I think it's bigger than most of the standard minivans today. And here is a Buick. It's a convertible, and it is a 97 horsepower V8. It can do 145 kilometers per hour. Man, here in Turkey, it won race, a classic car race in 2013. And here's a Ford. It is manual and 3 gears, 40 horsepower. And here is a Model T bus. It is a boxy bus built on a Ford Model T. It is 22 horsepower. And here's a Buick. And as you can see, it haven't got an ignition. It's 97 horsepower. And it's 1924. It's from 1924. Back then there wasn't ignition, so you had to turn this arm to start the engine. So here is another Ford. It's an T-Wagon, and it's 1908. It's very, very old. And here is a Charnot. It's 4 cylinders. It's a bit noisy here. And here is a Fournier. It's 4 cylinders. And here is shown a guy with a petrol pump, and this guy is repairing its motor, I think. And here's a Model T Touring from 1918. And here is a Fiat, an Italy one from 1928. This is a really classic. It haven't got a steering wheel. It's a Malden steamer. You can see it here. I can't find much to say about this. It's a classic. And here is a big tractor, and it is huge compared to today's tractors. And here and there some trucks, and this is huge. This is a roller. It is really big, and the material on the tires are really interesting. So you can see it here. There's some models, and there is a train. Yep. So let's continue. Here's some diesel and petrol engines, ship machines used in different things. And watch this. It says press this button. Now watch this. I press it and it's really working. This is great. And here is some more engines, and this is a working model of a Marshall portable steam engine powering a saw. It's small, so I'm going to work it. Look at it, the details. It is like real. And here is some more trains and more machines. So let's continue with another part. And here is an olive oil factory with a real working machine. Here is a guy feeding the steam machine, and there it is, the piston. It's there. And all this gear system ends up there, and it powers this huge stone piece which crushes the olives. And there are some more machines here. I think they are older, and some old glass bottles, and there's a big one too down there. So let's continue with the cars. Here's an MG, and it is V4, 95 horsepower. Here is a Studebaker, and it's V8, 205 horsepower. It's 1976. When I first looked at it, I thought from sight, I thought it was a Pontiac, but it wasn't. Here's an 1966 Mercedes-Benz 200. It's 4 cylinders and it's 95 horsepower. And an Anadol V4 90 HP. And this is interesting. This is an Ford Europe it's a Sierra Cosworth 4X4. It's V4 and it's 255 horsepower. It is a rally car, I think. And this is and Fittipaldi F8. And this is 475 horsepower. It's a V8. It's 3 liters. And here is I think this is its motor. It's out of the thing. So yeah. And this is 2001 Brabus V8 203 is 400 horsepower. And it can do 320 miles, 320 kilometers per hour. And it says that it's the only one of its kind in Turkey. Look at that. And this is an SLK 230. It's V4 190 horsepower. That brake was crazy. So this is the other cars I saw. Let's continue with the rest of the cars. We saw something interesting. A big ship. The interesting thing about it, we can go in it. It's an old Turkish ship right here. Now let's continue. And some screws. And this is the inside of the ship. There's the machines, the captain's place, a model, and some storage places, and a little kitchen. Let's go on. We're going down. Here. Now we can see how they got it up here by the use of these machines. This whole thing runs on rails and goes all the way down to the sea, and they pull it up. They first put it on these rails and they pull it up with a rope. Now here is a huge ship engine and a smaller one here. Some sonars and radars and some tools, some radios, and there is another ship. This thing is huge, look at it. So let's continue. There is another ship. And there is another ship. And another engine. What's this? It's a diesel ship engine. And these are tubes, think. So let's continue with the cars. So here is the rest of the cars. There is a huge truck with a Röntgen machine in it. It's used in wars, and those tires look like metal. This is huge. And some Anadolu cars. An Anadolu 1976 V4 68 horsepower. Some more Anadols. Anadolu 2-door. An Otosan Bug is 4-cylinder, 52 horsepower. I think it's used in factories or like golf tournaments. Here is a Tofaş 1974. Its original is 65 horsepower and it can do 147 kilometers per hour. And this is brand. Now let's continue. Here's a Trabant, and this is a Daimler 1979. It's 6 cylinders, 245 horsepower. Here's an MG, a Rolls Royce. It's a Silver Cloud 3 V8. I think they don't know its horses. This is a Bentley. It's a convertible. It's 3.5 liters V6. And this is a convertible 230 SL. It's V6 and 150 horsepower. Mercedes-Benz Cabriolet. It's V6 and it can do 110 kilometers. Here's a Messerschmitt. It's 10.2 horsepower. And I think this is the strangest car or the strangest BMW or the car I have saw. It's an Isetta 300 and it's 13 horsepower. This is a very strange car. So now let's continue with these cars. It's Citroën ID19. It's a France model. It can do 152 kilometers per hour. It is 84 horsepower. Here is a Morris. It's a Mini Cooper. It can do 135 kilometers per hour. It's 55 horsepower. I think this is the first car they manufactured. And this is an Anglia. Ford. It's 4 cylinders and it is used in the Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets film. You can see it flying. And this is Citroën. It's 1970 V2. It can do 135 kilometers per hour. It's a Fiat. It's a convertible. It's V4 and 55 horsepower. There's a Volkswagen V4 for the horsepower Carmine Gina. It's a 1959 model. This is an Carmine Gina convertible. This is the original and that's the convertible model. It's the same. A Jaguar. Look at that logo. I love that logo. And S-Type. It's 6 cylinders. And it's a Jaguar. So let's look at these cars. Let's start from this end. It's an Anadol. It's V4, 52 horsepower. And this is an Anadol 2. It's 1973 V4, 78 horsepower. This is a Ford Thunderbird convertible. It got a V8 and it's 202 horsepower. It can do 187 kilometers per hour. This is an Mustang. It is in very good condition. It's a hardtop coupe. It's V8. It's 1965. 200 horsepower. Everyone knows that logo. And so let's continue. It's a Chevrolet no, hardtop coupe. It's 1969. It's 140 horsepower V6. This is a Buick. It's Skylark convertible. It's a V8 and 210 horsepower. This is a Cadillac. It's a V8 and 325 horsepower. It got a big motor and it's powerful. It's 1960s. For that time, it was very powerful, I think. Chevrolet, an Impala Sport Sedan. It's 6 cylinders. It's 145 horsepower. Another Chevrolet. What color is that? Oh, this is a Cadillac. 180 kilometers. V8, 325 horsepower. 1960. A Buick. Special 4-door. Wow, look at that. That is really cool. It's 250 horsepower, 1957. This is a Cadillac, 1953. It's a 62 series convertible. It is 160 horsepower V8. There is a Lincoln here. It is 1948. It's got 125 horsepower. It's a V12 with 5 liters. This is a Dodge. It's V6, straight 6, 103 horsepower, 1952. There's a Buick Special Riviera. It's V8, 150 horsepower. There is a Lincoln. It's a V12. It can do 144 kilometers per hour. It's a Plymouth P6 sedan. It's V6 and it's 82 horsepower. And a Dodge 4-door sedan, 1936. It can do 160 kilometers per hour. It's a V6. And it's a V4 Austin. It's a London taxi. You can see the taximeter right there. It's still on it. It's 4 cylinders and 27 horsepower. Lion figure. So let's look at the rest of the cars. This is a Ford Galaxy Starliner. It's a V6 with 145 horsepower. This is a Rolls Royce V6. It's 4 liters. It can do 129 kilometers per hour. There are some planes, figures. I don't know what they are on the floor. And this is strange. This is, I think, the Turkish version of the kit, the car from the Knight Rider TV series. I think a lot of people from who's lived in 80s will know this car. And yep, its name is Vehicle for Carrying Beautiful People. You can see a flashing light. And the interior is lighted in blue. There are a lot of flashing lights and things in there. So this completes the cars part of this museum. So let's continue with the So here we are on the computer booth. Look at that. There are so much iMacs that there are a lot of original iMacs. iMac. Macintosh. iMac. Like they all have their keyboards and mouses. This original Apple III is interesting, and this one too. iMac G3, I think. Another iMac. Wow, which Mac is this? It's the third one. And a Macintosh ED. So the Cube Mac with its own speakers. The EMA 300 there. Some more Macs. A desktop Mac, Power PC. It's a Power Macintosh. So it's Apple C there. So here is some demonstrations for computers, electronics. Here is a laptop demonstration. You can stop the video to watch it, to look at it. And here is a video cassette reader. Is a tablet PC. Here is a CD player. Here's a tablet. Here is how the TV works. Here is a PC and PC case, a cassette player, a radio receiver, and some PC parts, hardware from 2000s. And here is the TV. Here is how the TV works. There are the backlighting, the filters, the different filters. So this part is like this. Let's continue with the rest of the things.
Siemens endüstrinin geleceğini
Here is
gerçekliği birbirine bağlamak, kalitedeki yeni boyutları.
Here is the induction heater, how it works. You can see through it.
için iyi hazırlanmış durumdayız.
There is a heater, but I think it's broken. Here is a washing machine. It really works. Here is a washing machine. Another washing machine, but you can really see which part's which. Here's the intake, the water, the pump, everything you can see there. And this is really interesting. Here is a car model cut with, I think, a metal saw, and the engine really works. You can see through its motor how it works, and inside it's cut too. It's a paleo Fiat. You can see inside the chassis and the seats. Wow, the tire even spins. It really works. And the chassis and the main panel, the steering wheel, everything. It's cat and true. It's a 4-cylinder. No, it's a 2-cylinder, 4-cylinder engine, I think. Yeah, and it really works. Here is some tractors and a safety car. You can see what's inside it, the Ford Focus. And this is a engine that you can see through, that really works, and it really works. Everything spins, and you can see the gearbox here. Then here tires are spinning. Then here there are 2 engines, a diesel engine here. We can start it. You can see it slowly starts, and you can see the pistons go up and down, all the internals. And there is another engine here. It's an 1581. I think it's an oil powered motor. You can see the gearbox and everything. It's really working. And that is how the ignition system works. You can see the alternator spinning, the starter motor, the spark plugs, and here is an old battery, and there is another engine which spins this tire. You can see through the gearbox, all the components of the motor. So we are done. This was a quick tour of the Koç Museum. So I recommend you come and see all this stuff.
And this was the end of our tour in the RAHMİ KOÇ Museum. I wish you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. I recommend you come and check out all this cool stuff, and I will see you next time.